Hey guys, what's going on? Got a really awesome episode for you guys planned out. It's a open up yoga, so get yourself nice and stretched out, get you feeling loose and limber for the rest of your day. Whatever you have coming, just know that you have the power to face it and you have the power to move through the day with grace and openness and flexibility. So enjoy.
Alright guys, so we're going to start in hero pose. So sit back with your butt on your heels. If this isn't comfortable for you, feel free to do a crisscross position on the ground, whatever works, but wherever you are, sit up nice and tall and bring your hands to rest on your knees. And then close your eyes. Start to bring attention to your breathing. You may set an intention in this beginning pose. But try not to think of anything that's happened in the day thus far or anything that you need to do after this. Really just focus on being in this moment, being present. And start to deepen your breathing. Relax your shoulders, your neck. And then come to standing at the front of your mat. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, come down to a plank. Inhale and plank. Exhale, lower knees, chest, and chin.
Use your iPhone to search the web for Dithel and Plank XLR.
Nice. Shout out Apple Watch. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, come down. Inhale back to plank. And exhale, down dog. We're going to do that 2 more times. So inhale to plank. Exhale, lower knees, chest, chin. Inhale, engage the legs, engage the lower back, cobra. Exhale, come back down, back to plank. And exhale to down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower however you want. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, however you get there. Come back to downward dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up to the sky, keeping the hips square. Exhale, send it through between the hands. Shorten your stance. And bring your left foot parallel to the short edge of your mat. And straighten your right leg. The heel of the front leg should be lined up with the arch of the back foot. So if you have that alignment with the hips open, raise your arms up to shoulder height. Look forward. Inhale, bump the hips back. Reach, reach, reach forward. And then exhale, just spiral the arms. So this lift here in triangle pose, it's coming from the side body. We don't collapse here. We're engaging the obliques, engaging the core. Lengthen through the crown of your head out towards the front of the room. One more inhale. Exhale, come back up. Step to the front of the mat. And then step back with the other leg, about the same distance. Line up heel to arch. Raise the arms shoulder height. Inhale, bump the hips back. Reach the left fingertips forward, reach. And then when you can't reach anymore, spiral the arms. Stay open across your chest here. Opening the heart. to help protect your legs. Always engage the kneecaps. If you've ever, been able to pull up on your kneecap, that's engaging the whole quad. So that is where your strength comes from in this pose. So both kneecaps, you lift up on them. And stay here, keeping a long side body. You can look up if it feels comfortable. One more inhale. And exhale, come back. And step forward. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, sit back to chair. So most of your weight is sitting back on the heels here. You can bring the arms back. Even if you lean forward, you're countering the weight that you lean forward by leaning back more on the heels to balance you. So even if whether you're here or you're here, the same amount of weight is going to be in the heels. And one more breath here. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, come to a plank. Inhale and plank. Exhale, downward dog. And pedal out the feet here. Externally rotate the arms. And then inhale, lift that right leg up to the sky. Exhale, bring the foot through between the hands, lower the back knee, lower the back foot. And come up to a crescent lunge. So we're in low lunge here. The hips are square. Hug the thighs in towards each other. That's going to give you balance here, not like me, I'm falling over. But when you get that balance, reach the arms up overhead. You can arch the back slightly, but not too much. And just sink lower into your hips. And feel a nice stretch in the hip flexor. Exhale, come down. Curl the back toes under, straighten the leg. Step back to a plank. Inhale and plank. Exhale, lower knees, chest, chin. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, back to downward dog. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, sweep it through. Lower that right knee. Same thing. Coming up here, engaging the thighs, squeezing in towards one another for stability. Engage the core, sweep the arms overhead. Just sink deeper here. And exhale, come down. Step back to plank. Inhale and plank. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. And inhale to upward dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, lift that right leg up to the sky. Exhale, bring it through. Lower the back heel so that it is, again, just like in triangle pose, it's facing that short edge of the mat. And then a little bit wider stance than we had in triangle. Warrior two. Open hips, sink down in the hips, at the same time lengthening across the side body through the crown of the head. And then track the right knee so that it's stacked over top of the right ankle. And that'll provide stability for you. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. On your next inhale, bring the right forearm to rest on the right thigh. Bringing the left arm up beside your ear, reaching towards the front of the room for a nice side body stretch and extended side angle. So this isn't really holding much of my weight. My weight is still very much distributed in my legs, and my core is super engaged to provide me with the stability that I need here. So again, could lift this arm up. One more inhale. Exhale, come down. Turn the back foot. Step back to plank. Inhale, lower knees, chest, chin. Exhale. Inhale the cobra. Exhale, come down. Press back to downward dog. Lifting the left heel towards the sky. Sweep it through. Lower the back heel. Again, you're turning. You're at about perpendicular, but if you really want to be specific in this pose, you can turn that foot in just slightly so that you can press into the pinky toe side of the foot. That gives you more power in the pose. And then again, knee over ankle, arms up by the shoulders. Gaze across the back fingertips just to make sure that you're aligned, broad across the chest. And softly gaze over the front fingertips. Imagine your back leg, your back inner thigh is spiraling towards the left side of the room. And then on your next inhale, bring the left forearm down to rest on the left thigh. Bring the right arm overhead. And breathe into the ribs on the right side of the body. Notice if you've come up here at all, it tends to happen. Make sure you stay low. Still just as engaged here as you were in Warrior Two. And one more inhale. Exhale, come back. And then spiral the arms down. Step back to plank. Inhale here. And lower down however you choose. Taking upward dog or cobra. And then send the hips to the sky for downward dog. Inhale, bend the knees, look to the front of the mat, step or hop to the front. And we're here in forward fold. Feel this sweet release. I always love doing forward folds because you can really feel that release in the neck. We spend all day carrying the weight of our heads with the neck, and the muscles in the neck and the vertebrae in the neck, they're not designed for weight bearing. So it's always nice to get a nice reverse of gravity, just to take that load that they're always carrying off of our neck and off our shoulders, literally. Inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen the spine, pull the shoulders back towards one another. Exhale, down to forward fold. Sweep the arms overhead. And then exhale, bring hands through the heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead again. Exhale, grab the left hand, left wrist with the right hand. And I'll turn this way so you guys can see me. Inhale, get nice and long. And bend over to the right side. You can bump the hips to the left a little bit. Every inhale, get longer. Every exhale, feel yourself stretching a little bit more into the left side. One more inhale. And exhale. On an inhale, come back to center. reverse. So grab that right wrist with the left hand. Inhale, get nice and tall. Exhale, bend to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, relax the shoulders. Let the arms slowly fall down to your sides. Just stand in here in mountain pose for a bit. Feel yourself grounded here. And check in. Notice if you're being present. Notice if you're being maybe pulled in one direction or the other by your thoughts. And if that's the case, don't get mad at yourself. Just gently pull your attention back to here, back to right now, and back to this flow. Step back with the right leg and turn both sets of toes to face the long edge of the mat. Inhale, get really long through the spine, relax the shoulders, tuck the tailbone so that it's in a neutral position. We have a tendency to tuck our tailbones out when we're in this pose, but if you roll onto the balls of your feet and focus on bringing your tailbone directly underneath of you to support you, that helps. And sweep the arms overhead. And exhale from the hips, gently fold. Wide-legged forward fold. So depending on how far down you can come, how flexible you are, I'm really not that flexible. I'll bring my hands, I'll start walking them back behind the legs, still shifting forward onto the balls of my feet with the weight. But if I bring my hands back behind my feet, you can bend your elbows and sort of almost pull yourself down further into the pose gently. And just breathe here, just hang out. Again, feeling that beautiful release in the cervical spine. So many of us end up developing arthritis in our necks just because of the way that we're going through life, especially spending a lot of time at desks, tend to crane our necks forward a lot. So this is a great way to just counteract all that stuff we're doing, all that weight and all that moving around, just awkward positions we're putting ourselves in. Bring one hand to the center between the two legs and twist open to the right. If you can, bring the right fingertips directly overhead and then look up to that right thumb. And this twist, it doesn't come from the arm. You're not cranking yourself, but it comes from right here, right in the thoracic spine. And then switch sides. Continue to stay engaged in those legs without locking out the knees. If you need to keep a slight bend in the knees, that's okay. That's actually preferred. And gaze up to the left thumb. Come back down. Place the hands on the hips. Inhale, lengthen the crown of your head. And then slowly, with a flat back, come back up to standing. And then come to the front of the mat. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, come back to downward dog. And then lower the knees. And bring the knees about as wide as the mat. And then bring the big toes to touch each other. And then sink back in your hips. We're here in child's pose for a few breaths. Focus on your diaphragmatic breathing. That is your stomach breath. Breathing from the stomach is a great way to engage the parasympathetic nervous system, which is sort of the come down after your fight or flight response. It tends to have a calming effect, especially when you combine it with a pose like child's pose. And then inhale, look forward. Come back to hands and knees. Swing the legs around. And we'll come to sitting here. If you need something to sit on, like a blanket or something to elevate the hips so that you're not rounded in the lower back. A lot of us tend to round in the lower back. So if you sit up your hips higher, you're turning your pelvis in a better position to be able to sit comfortably. So inhale, find length. And then bring your right arm up overhead and slowly lower to the left side. Bring your left forearm down to the mat. Get a nice stretch across the right side body. Inhale, come back to center. And then switch sides. So inhale, sweep that left arm up high. And exhale, lower. Try not to come so far that you're lifting, your left buttock off the ground. Keep yourself grounded where you're sitting. Inhale, come back to center, sweep both arms up overhead. And then bring your right hand to your left knee. And then bring your left arm to somewhere behind you. It could be here if you're not looking for as deep of a stretch, or it could be all the way back here. But whatever you do, don't crank on the spine. We don't want to crank on our spines. Just a gentle inhale to lengthen, and exhale, you slowly deepen that stretch as feels comfortable. Inhale, slowly come back to center. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, place the left hand on the right knee, the right hand somewhere behind you. And every inhale, feel that length, that energy moving through the crown of your head. And then every exhale, feel yourself release and relax as you deepen the stretch. to center. And exhale. Relax the shoulders. And come to lying down. And then we'll do a reclined bound angle pose, Supta Baddha Konasana. So bring the two palms of the feet, the soles of the feet rather, to touch. And just let the weight of gravity do its work, opening the hips. Place one hand on the stomach. And feel the gentle inhalations move through your belly. And ride the exhalations into a deeper sense of awareness. Next inhale, take the hands, use them to gently pull the knees in towards one another. And then lift the knees, bring them in towards the chest, give yourself a hug, rock side to side. And then bring the feet down to the mat, the palms face down at your sides. Bring the feet in enough so that you can touch the heels with your middle fingers. Just barely. And then look at the legs, make sure they're hip width distance apart. And on an inhale, send your tailbone up towards the sky, tuck the shoulders underneath your body. And send the weight gently forward. And clasp the hands underneath. Expand your chest. Keep lifting through the core, through the pelvis. And then exhale. Lower one vertebrae at a time. Ending with your tailbone. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, come up. Exhale, slowly lower back down. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Keep lifting your tailbone as you lower down. Take any final little stretches or movements you want here. Oh, I almost forgot. I'm gonna do one of my favorite poses next. Sorry, didn't mean to trick you like that. Send the left leg so that it's the ankle is resting on top of the right thigh. And then you can guide your hand into that left knee so that it's pushing towards that front left corner of your mat. At the same time, flex this foot, thread your left hand through the hole that's been created, then lift your right leg up so that your shin's about parallel with the mat. Flex the right foot so both feet are flexed, both feet are very active. And start to pull back on that right leg. And you'll feel that stretch in your hip, your outer hip on the left leg. This is reclined pigeon. If you want, you can grab in front of the shin, deepen this. And if you're really flexible, you really want a deeper stretch, you can use, while you're holding on to this shin, you can use your left elbow and kind of push it out, kind of kick it out so that it's pushing that left knee outwards. One more inhale, just a little bit closer. And exhale, lower both legs down. And then we'll do the other side. So activate the right foot, bring the left leg up, thread the right arm through, grabbing either the back of the thigh or the front of the shin. The intensity level, more intense, would be the shin. Again, just go to your own edge. Find your edge. And when I say edge, I mean the point at which you feel maybe a sense of slight discomfort, but never so far as to experience pain. So if you feel anything in your right knee, that's a sign that you should be backing off, or maybe just taking a different stretch entirely. One more breath here. Exhale, release both feet to the mat, and then send the feet out long, taking whatever final little movements, little stretches you need. This is it. I'm not faking you out this time. We're here in corpse pose, Shavasana. Let go of any sense of control you have over your breath and just let it naturally flow in and out, feeling the whole body breathe. Feel free to stay here as long as you like. Again, thank you for watching. If you love the video, like it, subscribe, comment, and thank yourself for showing up on the mat and making your intention known both to yourself to the world around you. Namaste.